What's going on, everyone? Talen here, and welcome to another Marvel Future Fight video. Alright, so in this one here, we're going to be taking a look at Spider-Man 2099. Yeah, I haven't really done much with him since getting his uniform here. I've only used him a few times in like World Boss Ultimate, so I decided, you know what? I want to test him against Galactus. So that's what we're going to do here, and I have not done much investment in him, and the only thing that kind of spurred me to try him out was he does really well against Proxima, and I was quite surprised because he's doing better or similar to what my Quicksilver does against Proxima, so I was quite impressed with that considering I haven't done much investment in him. So yeah, that's what got me to wanting to do this video here. So let's go ahead and take a look. So we have all 20 except for the bottom gear right there. I level up this bottom gear quite a bit to get that extra boost to the third stat there, because it gives you like an extra like 400 points or something like that, which is pretty nice. We have some skill cooldown and ignore defense, so yep, that's what a lot of my characters have, just because my cards are a little bit lacking in those, so I need to kind of fill in the gaps a little bit. But also I haven't, as you can see here, worked on his uniform at all. But that's because I haven't bought any of the monthly bio subs in quite a while, so I haven't really had any extra bios to throw into him, because I usually would buy the bio sub, then whatever I have left over after building up whatever character I initially bought it for, getting them to tier 2, I just throw in bios or for someone that needs it on their uniform. But I kind of skipped Electro, so I haven't really bought a bio sub in a while. So anyway, that's what he's sitting at. So he's not getting any of the boosts from the uniform right there. If I leveled up the uniform, I could easily cap my skill cooldown and ignore defense without using Uru. Oh, we skipped over a lot of stuff here. So the skills, we have just the 5th skill leveled up and the 3rd skill, right? Yeah, 5th and 3rd. So we've got the all defense on that. And then this was for, yeah, we got the accumulation for our damage dealt. And then the Isolate set, we have Power the Angry Hulk. It is a stage 6, so not fully awakened. And then the Obelisk on him is actually nothing too exciting. It is a Ignore Dodge crit rate with a 160 proc. Which, I mean, all those stats are good. Ignore Dodge, definitely a premium. Crit rate, definitely always welcome. But it's only a 160 proc, so nothing too crazy there. But it seems to be all he needs, because he still hits really hard. So let's go ahead and take a look at the details here. We have our attack speed maxed out on him. I'm kind of surprised. Where's he getting all that attack speed from? Anyway, he's got his attack speed maxed, and then his crit rate is all the way up to 70%, so he's almost maxed on that as well. His crit damage is 150, so I definitely could throw some crit damage Uru on him, and that'd probably be my best route with my build so far. The ignore defense is a little bit shy as well. It's only 46%. I didn't realize that. Same with the skill cooldown, so he still needs quite a bit more. So I need to get that uniform leveled up. So next time I buy that bio sub, I think I'm going to be working on this guy here. But anyway, that's what my 2099 is looking like. So let's go ahead and hop into the gameplay against Galactus and see how he performed. Alright, so here we are at Galactus. We have one good teammate there that's going to be using that Captain Marvel, and then we've got one teammate that we're going to kind of be carrying throughout this fight here. But that Captain Marvel ended up being a lot better than I thought she was going to be. So 2099 didn't have too much time to kind of ramp up here and show his true damage, but we do get a pretty good idea of what he can do overall here. And wow, that's a long, yeah, I was gonna say it's a long time to be loading there. Where are my teammates at? Come on. Yeah, so we have Nick Fury for leadership, and then we have Shuri for tier 2 passive. So we're going full support here for 2099, giving him the best possible chance to be able to do a third of the damage, because normally I don't give Nick Fury out when I'm doing these videos here, just because you can only use him for one clear. So I kind of want to do more consistent clears where just a single leadership and support character would be enough for them to get to 1/3 of the damage. But for 2099, I'm kind of making an exception here, just because I wanted to I wanted him to succeed, because he does so well in World Boss Ultimate for me. I kind of wanted to show him off a little bit, and also maybe to compensate for my little bit underwhelming build on him, maybe to show what his damage might be like if you have a CTP and you're just using a regular kind of leadership instead of Nick Fury here. So I was just taking a look there, seeing if the other guy had died yet, because he only has those level 62s and 64s, so I don't really expect him to survive for very long. So here we go, start getting some DPS in, and 2099 is another kind of really squishy character. He dies quite easily. But luckily he's got quite a few iframes to work with, and he does a lot of his damage, or I guess all of his damage, from his 5th skill. So you can kind of just use that, and it is actually one that you can move around a little bit, except for the ending, which always will land you right in front of the boss there. But we have a lot of iframes to work with, so I wasn't too worried about him dying. But he will get one-shotted if you're not careful, so do keep that in mind. So here we go. As you can see, that Captain Marvel is putting in work here. Look at those bars melt. So she definitely has a CTP of Rage on her or something, because she is kind of smoking Galactus here, and I'm just trying to get in whatever damage I can to hopefully put a little bit of a showing on with 2099 here, so you can get an idea of what he's capable of if I was doing a little bit more of the carrying here, which, to be honest, that Captain Marvel is carrying everything, so not really much going on here for the teammate and also my Spider-Man. So here we go, just doing what I can, get through the rotation, try to proc on the 5th skill, make sure I don't miss any damage procs, which I don't know if I missed any. I don't think I missed a lot of damage procs on here, but you definitely do not want to miss damage procs with 2099, because that's where all of his damage comes from, is that 5th skill. The other skills, they hit decently well, but you're not going to see much movement on the health bar if you proc on another skill besides the 5th one. So here we go. Getting on in there, and as you saw earlier, he is pretty underbuilt. I don't have this uniform leveled up at all or anything like that, so the fact that he's able to deal damage here is quite nice, or deal, I guess, a respectable amount of damage, that he's not just doing like 10 million damage or something like that. He's actually able to put up a pretty decent showing, which we'll find out pretty soon here, because we're flying through this. We got only 16 bars left there. Yeah, so there we go. So have any of you guys tried out Spider-Man 2099 against Galactus or in GBR at all? Because actually I have not tried him against Master Mold, so that might be something I want to try him out against. I just kind of saw Galactus up today, and I was like, you know what? I want to try out 2099. Because I was already trying out Rachel and Solar Surfer, so I was like, why not throw another character in there? Get a little bit more testing in, just because I'm curious about him, and yeah, just because the more options we have, the better. They both got kind of caught up there. Luckily he switched before dying, but the other guy lost all of his characters up there from those giant sun gun balls. Those things are not pleasant. Look at that, lost 2 characters running into that. You need to be very, very careful about those. That residual damage is like nastier than the initial damage, sometimes at least. So yeah, you gotta be really careful about those things. And there we go, got through there. Our 2099, or Miguel, is still alive. Captain Marvel did 85% of the damage, but we're curious about the numbers here. So we did 13% of the damage, which came out to 9 million, and it took us about 4 minutes to get that 9 million damage. So if we kind of look at that, if we think that he's going to be doing damage the entire time for the full 10 minutes, we're looking at about 22 million damage, which is a little bit under a third of the damage, but very, very close to being able to do a third of the damage. So 2099 is another one of those characters that I've kind of looked at recently where they're just on the cusp of being able to do a third of the damage. In the case of mine, I don't think you can do a third of the damage, so you need a little bit better of a build on your 2099 than mine. So maybe upgraded uniform, maybe a CTP, or maybe a 180, 200% proc obelisk or something like that, and you should be able to hopefully hit that 1/3 mark for the damage. But overall, I mean, I'm happy with that showing, because I didn't really expect him to do too crazy good, because my Quicksilver, even though he's good in World Boss Ultimate, he doesn't do very good in GBR. So I was kind of thinking that 2099 might be the same story here. So yeah, overall, I mean, he's at the cusp, so take it as it is. You can use him maybe as a clear if you've got 2 really good teammates with you. If you just, want to squeeze out as many clears as you can against Galactus, then he can be an option for you if you've got, him built up. So anyway, that's just going to be my quick showing here of 2099, literally, because that's Captain Marvel kind of obliterated Galactus for us, so I didn't have to ramble on too much here or just fill in with random nonsense. So yeah, that's better for you guys. You don't get to hear me talk as much, and you just get to kind of get right to the point there. Is 2099 able to do it or not? In my case, he's not able to do it. With a little bit more work, he will be able to do it. So that's going to be it for this video here. Hope you guys enjoyed, and of course I will catch you in the next one.